Hey, what's up? I'm Russ. So, have you ever wondered what a list of 10 dividend commandments might look like? Well, yeah, I wondered what that would look like too, and I thought it would be really fun to put this list together for you. But I would like your input and comment below. What dividend commandment would you put in? What would be your one dividend commandment that I forgot to include in the following list? So make sure to comment. And with that being said, let's get to number one. Thou shalt have a plan for your dividends. It's really hard and difficult to save without a plan, without purpose. So always make sure that you have a reason for why you are investing. For us personally, the reason that we're investing is to have passive income from dividend paying companies, from businesses that we're buying, to cover all or part of our expenses sometime in the future. And when we reach that point, we will be financially free. Thou shalt always buy businesses. Don't just buy a ticker symbol without realizing and understanding that you are buying a business. You are now legally owning. You are an owner in that business. And if you don't understand that, or you don't want to do research on the businesses that you will be investing in and you will be owning, then I would highly recommend looking into exchange traded funds, which is nothing more than a basket of stocks, and it gives you instant exposure to those stocks, such as the Schwab Dividend ETF, SCHD, or buy the entire US market of over 3,900 businesses in VTI, or you can just go even bigger and buy the entire world of stocks, 9,520 businesses with VT. Thou shalt not buy high yield alone. Now, dividends are not guaranteed. They are something that businesses do to return money to us, the shareholders, the business owners, but they're not sacrosanct. They can be cut, reduced, or eliminated at any single time. So keep that in mind when you're looking at a sky high yield, that if that company can't maintain that, there is a high likelihood that that dividend will be cut and people will start selling the stock, and you've fallen into a dividend trap. Don't fall into a dividend trap. Honor thy dividend kings and aristocrats. I love dividend kings and aristocrats. Aristocrats have been paying an increasing dividend for 25 consecutive years, and a dividend king has paid an increasing dividend for 50 consecutive years. Now, these are safer companies. These are companies that have a really strong track record of paying dividends. But again, like we just talked about, dividends are not sacrosanct. They can be cut at any time, and always be aware that these are good ideas, good starting points, and potentially good foundational stocks for a dividend portfolio. But as they always say, past performance is not indicative of future results. Honor thy free cash flow payout ratio above earnings per share payout ratio. Now, free cash flow is the cash that's left over after the cost of running and operating the business. So this is a very, very important metric. And all you need to know is that earnings per share is a very financially engineered and manipulated number. So the much more difficult to manipulate number is the free cash flow. So I always look at free cash flow payout ratio over the earnings per share payout ratio for the dividend. Thou shalt always reinvest dividends. This one is really cool. Check out this chart I found from Jake over at wealthycorner.com. If you would have invested $1,000 in the S&P 500 in 1971, that would have grown to $39,000 without dividends reinvested around 2020. But if you reinvested those dividends, it would have turned into about $131,100. So over 70% of the total return would have been attributed to the reinvested dividends. And thank you to Jake from Wealthy Corner for that fantastic blog post. Check out the link in the description below, and I would highly recommend you check that out. Honor thy taxes. Taxes, taxes, taxes. We're all gonna have to pay taxes, especially if you live here in the United States. Now, dividends have their own little world of taxes that are associated with them, so you definitely need to understand what's going on with those, whether they're qualified, non-qualified, short-term, long-term. REITs have their own tax structure to them, MLPs, foreign taxes on those foreign dividends outside of the United States here. I would highly recommend checking out, link in the description below, to investopedia.com. Wonderful and brief read on dividend taxes, and they even have a nice dividend taxation chart for those of us here in the United States. Thou shalt be patient. As dividend investors, we are not trying to get rich quick. We are trying to get rich very slowly and predictably in a compounding marathon, as we saw in that chart from 1971. Now, I heard a very interesting scenario played out through an interview I heard with Nick Majuli, where he demonstrated that over a 40-year investment period, if you were to start with the same amount and consistently contribute and compound it at 7%, the first 10 years would make up half of that portfolio, with the later 30 years making up the second half, which goes to show how critically important it is to save early and save often and get rich slowly. Honor thy dividend community. Now, you don't have to do this alone, nor should you. Reach out to one of the communities that are either on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, Common Stock, Discord. There's a ton of places that you can go to talk with people in this wonderful dividend investing community to help keep us motivated and give us ideas and just be there for general support. Reach out, talk to a dividend investor. We'd love to hear from you. Thou shalt not forget to live life today. So this one may be the most important, and I think it dovetails nicely with number one. The future is uncertain. Life is going by fast. And yes, while $1 is more valuable today than it is tomorrow, something else is much more valuable, and that is your time. Time is completely non-renewable, and while a lost dollar can be made back, lost time can never be made back. So spend your time wisely, save and invest early and often, but don't forget to live your life outside of the spreadsheet. Have experiences, see the world, enjoy doing whatever it is you enjoy doing while you're here for this very brief and short time. Hey, don't forget to let us know what your favorite dividend investing commandment is, and what one did I miss that I didn't put in here? Please let us know in the comments below. And if you would like to see where I track my dividends at, click this little box next to my head. I got a video where I did share 3 dividend tracking apps that I use, and I will talk to you there.